All 9 red scabbards explained. Part 6. Kawamatsu. Kawamatsu the Kappa is in fact not a Kappa, but a fishman, and alongside Dogstorm and Cat Viper is the last official follower of Kozuki Odin. When Kawamatsu was young, the boat he and his mother were on sank, causing them to wash up onto Wano. However, because they were fishmen, they were attacked when they asked for help, which left Kawamatsu's mother seriously injured. When his mother was dying, she told her son to claim that he was a Kappa, as a way to escape the oppression fishermen face across the world. Playing the role of a Kappa would eventually become something Kawamatsu found great pride in. Right before his meeting with Odin, Kawamatsu finds a washed-up Dogstorm and Cat Viper on Kuri Beach, before locals find the 3 and try to burn them. After Odin spots this and saves the creatures, they follow the samurai home and become his final followers. After Odin's execution, Kawamatsu stays in their present and escapes with Odin's daughter Hiyori to ensure that the Kozuki bloodline lives on. While in hiding, Kawamatsu tries his best to cheer up Hiyori by dancing every day and giving her whatever food he had, even if it meant he had to starve himself. Through his efforts, Kawamatsu was eventually able to make Hiyori smile again. However, because Kawamatsu wasn't eating, Hiyori was scared that he would eventually die because of her, and so, after spending 7 years together, Hiyori decided to leave him. Devastated about Hiyori's departure, Kawamatsu travels to the eternal graves of Ringo to slit his stomach for his failure. However, it is there that he meets Onimaru, the fox companion of the former daimyo Shimotsuki Ushimaru, who had been protecting the graves for over 5 years. After befriending the fox, Kawamatsu realizes that all the swords that have been acting as gravestones can be utilized for the upcoming war in 13 years. Kawamatsu convinces Onimaru to let him collect the swords before taking on the name Gyukimaru to fight off any grave robbers. Sometime after, however, when going to the capital to acquire food, Kawamatsu was caught and sent to Udon prison, where he was fed poisoned fish every day for 13 years. Now onto Kawamatsu's powers. Kawamatsu is a master swordsman like the other red scabbards, but as a fishman, he also possesses 10 times the strength of a normal person. Kawamatsu also has a sword named Soto Muso and a signature style called Kappa style, and as Kawamatsu describes it, this style makes opponents feel like they are swimming against the rapids of a great river. One of his moves, River of Sea, was even able to cut Kaido. Back to the story. After being held at Udon prison for 13 years, Kawamatsu is found by Raizo and is able to escape his cell thanks to Big Mom causing a ruckus. After Raizo finds Kawamatsu's sword and the keys to his cuffs, Kawamatsu then assists Luffy, Chopper, Hyokuro, Kiku, and Raizo to overthrow the beast pirates stationed there and to free the other imprisoned samurai. After taking over the prison, Kawamatsu returns to Bandit's Bridge, where he reunites with Hiyori, meets Zoro, and tells Kin that he has enough weapons for the entire army. On the day of the raid, Kawamatsu fights Kaido alongside the other red scabbards, but are overpowered by the Emperor before being sent to the floor below by law. Once all the scabbards regain consciousness, they split off, with Kawamatsu and Izo meeting up with Sanji and Zoro. As Kawamatsu watches Zoro fight, he and Hyogoro comment on how much of a resemblance Zoro has with the former daimyo of Ringo, who was himself a descendant of the sword god Ryuma, and discuss how it must have been fate that Zoro was the one to return Shusui to Wano. A week after the raid of Onigashima, Kawamatsu sits with Kinemon at the eternal graves of Ringo and discuss building a temple for Odin, Izo, and Ashura. Kawamatsu then finally reunites with Onimaru after 13 years. Later that day, after noticing that Green Bull had entered Wano, Kawamatsu, alongside the other red scabbards, Yamato, Shinobu, and Momonosuke, fight the Navy Admiral. The samurai begin to get overpowered. However, from far away, Shanks is able to stop the fight by blasting Green Bull with his haki. After the Straw Hats leave, Kawamatsu continues to be a loyal follower of the Kozuki clan, now by serving the new shogun of Wano, Kozuki Momonosuke.